The stock market will crash by 80% when this is all over, according to this chief investment officer. Today, I read an interesting article on Yahoo Finance, put out by the Men's Journal and written by Kristen Burt, titled Stock Market Experts' Dire Warning to Investors. This is a Trap. The author of this article referenced Mark Spitznagel, the founder, owner, and chief investment officer of Universa Investments, a hedge fund management firm based in Miami, Florida. He believes the worst is yet to come. He said, and I'll quote, "I expect an 80% crash when this is over. I just don't think this is it. This is a trap." He went on to say, "This isn't Armageddon. That time will come as the bubble bursts." He also believes a crash similar to 1929 is ahead. Here are my thoughts. Whenever someone states a specific percentage, such as 80% according to this individual, I am very skeptical. There are some people who call this guy a permabear. He calls himself a professional doomer. In my opinion, no one can call a bottom, and no one can predict where we go from here. There are simply too many variables in our very complex, intertwined world. There were a lot of comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Since 1973, we have had 4 crashes of 50% or more in the Dow. 1973, 1987, 2000, 2008, one crash of 34% in 2020. These are facts, not speculation. The probability of another one is a certainty, just like earthquakes are certain to take place in California. The question of when it will happen, nobody really knows. I think it will happen sooner rather than later because of the amount of time that has passed since the last crash." The next commenter said, "Americans are now taking out loans for huge trucks to drive to work. They are paying upwards of $1,000 a month for 84 months for these behemoths." And I'm not making this up. There is a major disconnect between fantasy and reality in this country. Just wait until all these become repos. Another commenter referenced Mark Spitznagel and said, "He only seems to be talking about the debt bubble. There are many more. A stock market at nosebleed valuations, government debt, personal debt, Bitcoin, what exactly is it anyway? Student loan debt, credit card debt, the price of eggs, and have you bought coffee recently?" The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "No more US dollar as the premier world reserve currency. Bonds will continue to lose value as an unconsidered, perverse consequence of Trump's tariff stunt becomes glaringly obvious. That means runaway inflation plus sky-high interest rates. Home mortgages and new car financing will dry up. The U.S. economy, perhaps overheated now, will come to a screeching halt." Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. Please keep in mind, these are the thoughts of the commenters and not me. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If Mark Spitznagel's prediction comes to fruition, people who lose all their money in the stock market may not be able to make it all back by going to work at a job. I read an interesting article today on Yahoo Finance, put out by Benzinga and written by Paroti Seal Acharya, titled, "Bernie Sanders warns the job you have today ain't going to be here in 10 to 15 years as AI and robotics threatens U.S. workforce." The author of this article referenced Bernie Sanders, who said, and I'll quote, "If Musk can do this to federal employees, what do you think he's going to be doing when artificial intelligence and robotics come for your job?" He said, "The job you have today ain't going to be here in 10 to 15 years. Here are my thoughts. This really depends on what kind of job you have. AI and robotics aren't going to be able to replace all jobs. Not in 10 or 15 years, in my opinion. It just isn't going to happen. With that said, AI and robotics will replace a lot of jobs, but these technologies will also create new jobs. Some of those new jobs we haven't even thought of yet. It is really going to be interesting to watch this all evolve. Some companies will likely purchase a lot of humanoid robots in the future. These will be able to work around the clock, and they don't need benefits. Once one is trained, copy the program to the next one. These will save a lot of time and aggravation for business owners. I don't know how much humanoid robots have advanced in the past year, but I watched an interesting video on YouTube about a year ago, put out by AirRack, entitled AI Girl Speed Dates 10 YouTubers. The facial expressions, eyes, and skin were fairly realistic on this robot. The interaction wasn't very human-like in my opinion, though. That's why I wonder how much this technology has advanced in the past year. I think this could get scary good in the near future. I read some of the comments beneath this article. I'll share some of them with you. The first commenter said, "Start learning a trade. AI and robots will be replacing a lot of professional jobs once thought to be out of reach of technology. No jobs will be safe. AI even will replace tech workers as it learns to create its own tech." Someone responded to this individual and asked why robots won't be able to do trade work. In my opinion, some robots will be able to do trade work. I watched a video of a robot laying bricks really fast with great accuracy. I just wonder how long it will take before a humanoid robot is going to be able to get into a crawl space and find a leaking pipe, turn the water off, cut out the damaged section, and splice in a new section with PEX plumbing. Maybe this technology will advance to the level where a robot can do this kind of work. If ChatGPT can pass the bar exam, then perhaps anything is possible. The next commenter said, "Robots in factories have been around for years without taking over, and there are not too many robots that are very effective in skilled construction trades. Repetitive and data-dependent jobs are at risk from AI, no doubt." The last comment that I'll share with you came from someone who said, "It's called automation. I worked in a telecom factory with 7,000 people. 30 years later, we had 2,000 people turning out more products. Then, 10 years ago, the factory was shut down because we couldn't compete with imports." Well, my friends, the commenters always have interesting things to say. What do you think about all this? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to the channel. I want to extend a special thanks to everyone who has subscribed to this channel. I want to also thank all of my channel members. If you would like to become a channel member, there is a link in the description beneath this video. You can read more about the different membership levels. Please also check out some of the great books that I suggest you consider reading in the description below. I've included Amazon affiliate links to these books. As an Amazon associate, I earn from qualifying purchases. Stay healthy and wealthy. I'll see everyone in the next video.